Okay, thank you for coming. Yeah, welcome to tonight's meeting of Community and Cultural Committee meeting. I declare the meeting open at 6:03 p.m. And I also would like to acknowledge the beautiful people of the Eora Nation, who are the traditional custodians of all lands, waters, and sky in the Georges River area. I pay my respect to elders past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who live, work, and meet on this land. I've been told that there are no requests to attend tonight's meeting via audio and visual link. And I also been informed that we have two apologies for tonight's meeting. One is Councillor Lou Konjaski, the other one is Councillor Sam Stratikopoulos. So can I have a motion to accept these two apologies and grant leave of absence? Councillor Natalie Maud, and the second Ash MB Hapaha. Thank you. Staff and public are reminded. All in favor say aye. Yeah. Okay, I declare carried. Staff and public are reminded that this meeting is recorded for minute-taking purposes and is also being broadcast live to the public on Council's website in accordance with Section 5 on Council's Code of Meeting Practice. The recording will be made available on Council's website. The order of business is as shown in the agenda, which has been made available. Staff and public are reminded that this meeting is open. Doors to the meeting room are to be left open unless the meeting moves into a close, which means confidential session, according to Section 14 of the Code of Meeting Practice. Only if the meeting moves into closed session will the public broadcasting of the meeting be suspended. Council's Code of Meeting Practice prohibits the electronic recording of meetings without the express permission of Council. Mobile phones must be turned to silent during the meeting. Does any councillors having any interest to declare tonight's meeting? No. We move to, and I've been told that there are no speakers registered for tonight's meeting. Then we're going to COM 001-24, confirmation of the minutes of the Community and Cultural Committee meeting held on 11 December 2023. Can I have a mover? Thank you, Councillor Catherine Lansbury. Can I have a seconder for that? Thank you, Councillor Ben Webb. All in favour say aye. Against say no, so I declare carried. Then we move on to committee report. The first one will be COM 002-24, Verge Garden Program Review. So I have our City Life Manager, Margaret Lee. Yeah, then I call for a mover first. Can I have a mover for that? Councillor Ash, on behalf of her? Yeah. Okay, and second, Councillor Catherine Lansbury. So can I have Manager Margaret Lee to give us an overview of this report? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, councillors. Thank you for the opportunity to present on the Verge Garden Program review. This report is seeking from council to receive and note the findings and outcome following the trial period of the Verge Garden program, and seeks approval to continue the program as an ongoing program. So just recall back in November 2021, council adopted the resolution to establish a Verge Garden program for a trial period, and that after 12 months of implementation to report back on the findings of that review. So tonight's paper is to answer that final resolution there. There was very extensive research conducted as part of the review, including seeking feedback from our Verge Garden workshop participants, our broader community, seeking information from other community organisations that focus on similar gardening initiatives, as well as benchmarking with other councils within the area and beyond as well. So essentially, based on the positive feedback from those that participated in the survey, which everyone wanted the program to be ongoing, there was feedback from a range of community members, academics and community groups about how we could review the program to balance, I suppose, the creative freedom of gardeners, particularly Verge gardeners, but also within the constraints of, local government and using, a public asset being the Verge. So we took on that feedback, and the result is a refined version of the Verge Garden program and checklist, just to make sure that it's more customer friendly in its presentation and that we can continue it as an ongoing program. As part of launching the program as well, we did run a competition that closed last month, and a winner was determined by public votes, and that person will receive their certificate and voucher from the Mayor tomorrow. So happy to take any questions.
Is there any questions from any councillors?
Hello. Not so much a question. It's more that I was actually really surprised to see only 3 people enter the competition, because there's some really lovely Verge gardens around the area.
Yeah.
A few spring to mind, so maybe us councillors need to let people know when we walk past them, maybe sort of let them know that they should enter it next time. And the ones who entries were lovely, but I just know that there's a lot more around the area that people might not have engaged in. I think it'd be really nice, because I think it's a great initiative. So yeah, more of a comment than anything else. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor. So
sorry, I have a question.
thank you, councillor.
So this Verge Garden, how successful is it, the program? So how many people, how many gardens were created? Yeah.
So as of, I think, mid-January, when this report was prepared, we had 76 registrations to the program, but registration doesn't necessarily equate to the Verge Garden at this point in time having been created. So I would say there's 76 registrations of intent to Verge Garden. So part of the fine-tuning of the program is that Verge gardeners review the checklist. Do I comply? Do I meet all the compliance criteria from Council's Verge Garden program to participate? Height, distance, types of species that are allowable, and then once people have created their Verge Garden, to then register. So that's a recommendation in a minor process change to the program.
So sorry, it's already in the report. How is the council going to help those residents who is registered, and how can we as councillor help with the promotion?
So part of the feedback was from the people that responded to the survey was for council to continue to promote the program so that people are more aware to participate. I suppose having that competition was one of the incentives for people to participate, to be in the running to win a $250 voucher at a local nursery. It's just something that we just will schedule to continue to promote through our communications channel, but also as part of the launch we did do beyond our usual communication channels, like we had stuff that letterbox dropped properties that had sort of wide verges that seemed like that would be suitable for the program, but I think it's just one of those things that people, even if they register their intent, it just comes down to when they get the time and to participate.
And we as the councillor, we can also use social media.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor. So if there are no more questions, can I call all in favour say aye? Yeah. Against say no. I declare carried. We move on to next item, COM 003-24, minutes of Sports Advisory Committee meeting held 1st of February 2024. Can I call for a mover first?
I'll move that.
Thank you. Councillor Catherine Lansbury. Can I have a seconder? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Councillor Natalie Mort. So can I have Mary Lee, Manager for City Life, to give us some overview of this report? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Councillors, this is our quarterly minutes of our Sports Advisory Committee attached for your endorsement to go to Council to approve. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Councillor.
Okay, not so much a question, but more a comment just to draw everyone's attention to one of the items that was discussed in general business is that the first term of this committee is coming to an end. I think it's been really successful. I think we should continue it. So there'll be a survey coming asking people's views on it. And, you know, I just wanted to alert that issue to the other councillors and to ask, when is that survey opening? Do we know yet?
Through you, Madam Chair, in the next week or so, it'll go to the committee members, and then councillors also get it's a separate survey, and any staff involved as well, to see if there's any ways we can improve and streamline the committee itself if it does continue, but also the content. And then there's also a community survey around whether or not people feel like the sporting bodies that have been chosen reflect them and their sport, and if the information is being disseminated effectively as well. So all three surveys will be going out hopefully by the end of next week on your say.
Thank you. So any other questions? If not, no. All right, thank you. So can I call for a vote? So all in favor say aye. Yeah, I can say no, so I declare it carried. So next item will be COM 004-24, adoption of the Jogga River Council Events and Festival Charter, Event Guide and Event Toolkit. Can I call for a mover first? Thank you. Councillor Natalie Mort. Can I have a seconder for that? Thank you. Oh, thank you, Councillor Van Weyden. So, Margaret Lee, our Manager City Life, will give us another overview of the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, through you. So councillors recall in November last year, Council adopted for public exhibition a suite of documents being the Events and Festivals Charter, Events Guide and Events Toolkit. The reason was that our event strategy had come to its end and there was time to review. We conducted a lot of research to develop the suite of documents. It's been out on public exhibition for a period no later than 28 days. We've received only one piece of feedback from the community, which from the Ghana Lions, and they endorsed the suite of documents. Happy to continue working with Council, so seeking Council's endorsement of the documents as final versions, so that then our team can then conduct community capacity building workshops and implement these documents with our community groups as well as internally, so that we can support our community to run more events and make sure that they are successful and compliant as well.
So questions and comments from any councillors?
Yes.
Thank you,
that's right,
Councillor Wayne.
Madam Chair. So I have a few comments. I read this document because first, yeah, I think we should highly commend the staff for producing this chart. It's very practical, very useful, and timely. I organize lots of events in the community, and I saw lots of help from the staff. I feel like in the past, the staff took lots of effort to help the community, and I'm pretty sure this chart will help in the future. So the second comment I want to make is so for this chart, so we're going to display, say for example, on the website, and is any need to display in the venue itself, in the park or in the whatever the performance poll or whatever. Is that in a plan to display the how they can contact the council for the event, how they can register? Because not everybody go to the website to check. If they go to the park, they want to organize an event, they can see the sign. Okay, if you want to have a event here, that's what you should be doing. Do we have such a plan?
Thank you very much for your question. Yep, can see where you're coming from about how to disseminate this useful information and these handy resources to our community. So we thought that as a start, the best way is to actually invite the community to council to conduct the workshops so that they can, I suppose, have a two-way communication with our staff. If needed, we can have specific sessions for certain language groups who may be, our regular or interested event operators in the future. So we thought that having those sessions would be the best way to launch this suite of documents, to partner with our community and sporting groups, but can take on your suggestion about other ways we may be able to visually display it at the locations where people hold the events. But the documents were not created purely for people who use council's facilities. It's anyone that's holding an event in the Georges River area. It may not be on council controlled land, maybe on privately controlled land. But we wanted to still make it a document that could be useful for them as well.
Okay, so the next question is, so I found that on some of the form, the side plan, and especially also the temporary food stool, so it's very difficult for like average business to obtain the feeling. Needs a lot of help from the staff. Is there any way so we can help them and make it easier for the applicants?
So that's the feedback that we see and we get as well. So that's why we're hoping at least doing it as a workshop, a few workshops in person or even online with community members that are interested. That would be one way to help facilitate that process. And from our experience, once people have done it a few times and they are more comfortable with that process. But obviously with any council form, any council documents, there's always opportunity to simplify and make it easier for our customers.
So I saw lots of template for the slide plan, which it could be hard if I'm not sure if you need a professional to do that. For the food, temporary food stool, can we also put on some template, because some of the the explanation is it can be ambiguous for the newcomers. Yeah, just a suggestion.
Yep, definitely take those suggestions on board, Councillor.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Yeah, for sharing that.
Yeah. So the last question is about some of the value for the Scots and the Girl Guide venue. It's in the report showing we hired out for very with the venue for the Scots.
Yeah.
Scots and Girls Guide.
Yeah.
So because we are so short of the event venue, so do we have any idea the usage of those venues? Because I heard they are not used a lot. It could be a waste because we don't charge them.
Just to clarify, I correctly understood you, Councillor. So you're talking about identifying currently underutilised council venues to promote those to the community because of what you're saying is limited venues for our community to hold events. Is that correct? So with our scout halls, they would be of a different, at this point in time, I suppose, classification for compared to our other halls for hire. They, the scout halls need some further work to be able to be the same, I suppose, to be of the standard that we would happily have it as a venue for hire. And also we do measure the utilisation rate of our venues for hire. So at the moment, Scouts, they're treated as part of our community property portfolio, which is managed under lease and license agreements, which is the next report we're talking about tonight. So I see where you're coming from in terms of, seeing council assets there and could it be utilised in a different way to meet community need. And that is, something in our future works to look at in terms of our community property portfolio.
Yeah, because I personally called some one outlet scouts. Oh, I want to hire it and use it, but nobody even answered the call. And I think they use it once a month or so. So it's such a waste. Could be. I'm just saying. So maybe you can follow up with more detail. I think it could be this potential for the community. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's Councillor Gore.
I just have concerns regarding the signage around, public parks and stuff, only because I put up a motion personally in October of last year to remove illegal signage, and I think we'd be only encouraging, people to put up signs where they shouldn't be, because it is actually littering and people should be fined for those reasons. Okay, that's all I have.
Madam Chair. Yeah, thank you.
you.
Noted. Firstly, we will just be sending it out to all existing hirees to welcome them to come to one of our capacity building sessions, and then obviously to the broader community through our comms channels.
Thank you, councillors. Any more questions, comments?
Just a comment, if I may, Madam Chair. I just wanted to pass on to Ms. Lee and her team. I think well done on this strategy. I think it's very comprehensive. It includes a lot of relevant information, and obviously, if you're a first timer putting together an event, you need to know all of the other things like public liability and all the rest of it, which a lot of people probably don't consider. So I think it's a really comprehensive package. So yeah, well done.
Thank you. If no more questions and comments, can I call for a vote? So all in favour, say aye. Yeah. Okay, say no. So I declare carried. Then we move on to the last item, COM 005-24 Quarterly Community Property Report from the 1st October 2023 to the 31st of December 2023. Can I have a mover for this one first? Thank you, Councillor Ash and Bihapaha. Can I second that? Thank you, Councillor Catherine Lansbury. So, Margaret Lee, can I give your floor for give us overview? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, councillors, for your patience tonight. So the final report from the Community and Culture Committee. This is our quarterly stock standard report where we report up to council via the committee about any leases and licenses that were executed during the previous quarter. So as you may be aware, council manages a portfolio of 63 community property under a lease or license, community lease or community license. And during the last quarter, being the 1st of October to the 31st of December 2023, there were 3 leases and 2 license agreements executed, of which most you will be familiar with as they came through this committee to be presented for council to approve. So the first being on the 20th of November, resolving for the general manager to enter into a renewal option agreement with Jubilee Community Services. The second one being for the general manager to enter into a renewal option lease with Kingsway Community Care. And the third one, which was done through general manager's delegations, was to a lease agreement with the Nawi Preschool Kindergarten. The fourth one was done through this committee and through council, as it was the third property that was outside of the general manager's delegation, or the amount was outside of the general manager's delegation, and that was to approve to enter into a lease agreement with 2NBC at 84 Railway Parade, Cobra. And the last one was done within the general manager's delegated authority, being a lease agreement with Riverwood Community Centre. Happy to take any questions.
Any questions? If no, can I call for roll? So all in favor say aye. Against say no. So I declare carried. So there will be no other business on the agenda. So I declare this meeting closed at 6:28. Thank you, councillors. Thank you, staff. Thank you.
Thank you.